This is Jerry Goldsmith again, and recently I was looking through some notes of various workshops that I've attended in the last, 10, 20, even 30 years. And one of them was around Native American or indigenous people spirituality. And the number 4 plays a very, very important role in their mythology and in their cosmology. And one particular set of rules is the 4 rules. And I want to talk about the first one. And the first rule of life for many of these people were show up. And of course that has a number of different connotations, and I'm going to share a couple with you. Number 1 is simply be there. When you make a commitment, when you say you're going to do something, show up. Just be there, get there on time, and have your physical and mental presence there. So just show up. And I'll give you a great example of what I mean by that. My wife and I do some grief facilitation work at a place where kids who have lost parents come to share their experience, and hopefully we move them along in the grief process. And we do it twice a month, and last Wednesday we were scheduled to go. And frankly, the last several times we had been there, there were many facilitators for each group. And so frankly, I had work to do. I was feeling a little tired. I'd gotten up early that morning, put in a few extra miles on the bike, and it was like, you know what, I know it's going to be covered. I think I'm going to stay home. And my wife gently nudged me and said, look, we've said we're going to be there, let's go. And of course, this was the week where if we had not been there, the group would not have been covered. So you just don't know what not keeping your word means. You just don't know what not showing up means. So number 1, the first rule is show up. And the second connotation that I want to talk about is showing up with everything, physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, all the connotations of that word. Because frankly, I could have gone to that group last week and shown up and just sort of sit there with my eyes glazed over, or a little bit of a frown, or whatever, in which case I would have missed something. I would have missed something that one of the kids were saying that could have been very, very important. And wouldn't you know it, after that particular session, a parent came up to me and said, gosh, I just want to thank you so much. My son told me what a great deal he got out of the session today. By the way, I'm not bragging about that. This happens to all the facilitators who are there all the time. It's just very, very enriching work. So that's my first rule for you, and the first thing that I want to share with you, and I'm going to do a little bit of a series here, but the first rule is show up. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.